Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Judy with Judy P's Crafty Journeys, and I'm going to be doing a tutorial today on abstract floral art using string. And if I get daring enough, I might try using a chain, which I have never done before. This specific floral art that I'm doing, string art, my son actually had taught me a long time ago, and I thought it was really neat. And so he showed me probably about a year ago, and I happened to come across some of my pictures of it not too long ago, and I thought I'm going to do a tutorial on that because I would like to make up some for my journals. You can use them in your art journals. I was thinking about trying to make up some different size ones, so maybe using some tags in my junk journals and whatnot. So whatever you can even dream up to do. It's really simple, and I'm just going to show you on a couple of different types of paper. And so let's get started. All right, first of all, I will show you one that I did just a few minutes ago, and I'll give you an idea of what it looks like at the end. But these are my flowers that I did, and I did these on, these are the paint chips from the stores where you get your samples for paint, because I figured I could use these for tags, and then I can go ahead and I can decorate around it even more and come up with something even more interesting on these tags than just having it by itself. Or I can, keep it by itself, maybe distress the edges or something. I'm not for sure what I'll do with it, but I am quite pleased with how it showed, how it turned out. So that is a metallic bronze that I did on here. And you can even layer over them and make more. You can make smaller ones or larger ones, or put some extra colors and mix them in with it. But let me show you how to do them first. And we'll be doing them, like I said, on these paint chip samples that I have just showed you. I have a little small canvas. I also have some mixed media pages from my mixed media pad that I had used when I was doing my jelly printing, and I was rolling off the excess off my brayer. And so I thought, well, I'd try and see what it would look like on the background of these. And then I also have some black paper to see what it looks like on there. And then, of course, I have my regular mixed media notebook, which is what I'm going to start out with. So besides having the different kind of papers that you want, and I would think that you could use these on pretty much any kind of paper you want, as long as it's going to accept that acrylic paint. If not, I would imagine you'd have to gesso over it first. But so I've got my thing of palette paper here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab me out a sheet so I can work over it. And sometimes I get messy doing this, and sometimes I don't. All right, so basically you need your papers, you need some paints, you need some string. So I've got some baker's twine. I also have some other string if I so desire to use it. And then I also have this chain, and if I get enough guts, I might do it at the end. We'll see how well I do with these first. So anyway, guys, you might want some baby wipes for your hands. And then I like to have some toothpicks on hand. Some people like to use a paintbrush and paint the length of their string before they put it down. So you can use a paintbrush, just whatever you want to use to get it on your string. And some people take their palette, paint palette, and they'll squirt their paint in there, and they'll stick their string in it and get it covered that way. And sometimes they put it in a little cup or something and get it wet that way. So, but I use just my palette paper and my string, and I use my toothpicks. So I guess what I'll start off with today is, because it's just the prettiest color, is, let's see, I'm going to either use the bronze or the aluminum. I don't know what I want to use. I guess that bronze is just so pretty. Let's go ahead and do the bronze again. And I have plenty of other colors too. I've probably got about like over 100 colors of paints. So hopefully I'm not shaking the table here. And I'm just going to take, and I'm going to put some over here. Just a puddle of it like that. It's like the size of a nickel maybe, and then it spreads out a little bit. And then I'm going to cut my string, and I usually like to keep it like I don't know, like 20 inches if I'm using a big piece of paper. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. About 20 right there. Okay. I just like to keep it long. And you might want to wear gloves if you don't like your hands getting dirty, or you can wear a smock when you're painting, or an old shirt if you don't want to get it on you. I'm just wearing an old shirt, and I don't really care if I get it on my fingers. I can get it off easy. Hopefully that won't happen. But I'm going to go ahead and I am going to start. I'm going to leave myself about like maybe 2 inches or 3 inches of string at the end so that I can pull. And then I'm going to take the rest of this and I'm going to take my toothpick and I'm just going to go like that, because you don't really want to get too terribly much on it either. So, oops, I'm sliding here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to go like this as I pull it through. Make sure that I'm getting enough on it. And I'm going to pull it through all the way to the end. So that way my toothpick's kind of dunking it in there. And then I'm going to look and see if maybe some of it needs a little bit more on the edges. You can kind of just eyeball it. I just don't like to get too terribly much on it. I'm going to go ahead and dunk it a little bit more. And I just maneuver it around with my toothpick rather than worry about painting it. In fact, the first time I did this, I actually took a paintbrush and I painted my string first. And it worked just fine, but I'd rather have use things that I can just dispose of rather than having to worry about it. So looks like I need a little bit more there. So like I said, just coat it. Just don't coat it too much. And you can kind of get some of the excess off with your toothpick and or spread it around a little bit. There we go. Alrighty. I think that's good enough. You just kind of want to make sure that you really don't see much string anywhere. And there's really not. So, make sure. All right. And then I guess I should have had this out first because I'm going to have to be holding the string. But I'm going to take my mixed media pad, and you're going to want to do it in between 2 sheets of paper. If you're just doing it on one piece of paper, or if you're using on loose paper, you'll have to have a book to put on the top of the 2 of them. But I'm going to go ahead and put them in between these 2 pieces, so you'll end up getting one on this side and then the mirror image, so there'll be mirror images of each other. So what I'm going to do is you're going to go in a backward S, and of course I'm left-handed, so I'm not going to be able to lay this down. Let's try it, otherwise my arm's going to be in the way. All right, so we're doing a backward S like that, and then you're going to go around again a little bit, and then you're going to go down with the string because you want your string to hang out of the book. And I think I should have probably gotten more on that string. See if I can lift it up a little bit and fix it. Just what I just told everybody. Make sure you get enough on the string, but not too much. And I think it'll be okay. Sorry about my thing there. I forgot to turn my announcements off. So, all right. So anyway, that's that. And I'm going to close it. And I'm going to kind of rub it like this. If you wanted to, you could take your brayer and you could run it over it. You don't have to, whatever you're comfortable with. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to pull the string towards me, towards my middle. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to pull it back and forth because you can feel the string move back and forth in between the pieces because it's in an S shape. So you just want to keep pulling as straight as you can. It might go a little bit to the side, but that's all right. You just keep pulling and pulling kind of slowly while holding pressure to keep them both pages tightly together. In and out. All right, so there's that string. And let's just see how it turned out. All right, let's see. Oh, it turned out beautiful. I love it. I wish I would have had a little bit more paint on it, because then I would have had more paint right in there. So that's where I didn't get enough paint on it. But like I said, you don't want to have too much either. So there you go with your flower. Now what I can do is I can do another color as well and mix it into it. So let's go ahead. And what color do I want to use? Why don't we go ahead and do, gosh, I don't know what I want to do. Why don't we do a, let's go ahead and do the aluminum. What the heck? That bronze almost looks gold. And so I'll just go ahead and put a puddle of it there on my paper. This one's about gone. I have used it a lot. A lot of jelly plating used on my paint. So, and another thing you can do too, if you need to conserve string or you don't have a lot of string, you can take a paper towel, or you can even take one of your wet wipes and just take it and pull down your string and just pull that excess off like that. So I don't want it to fly in my thing, but yeah, and then you can get some of the excess off and just reuse the same string, and then it's a little more pliable because it's already been in the paint, which is nice. Oops, sorry guys, I hit the camera. It's just a lot easier to maneuver it. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing with my toothpick. I'm gonna leave me a little bit of extra so I can grab onto it at the end. And make sure I get that good this time, because I want to make sure I get it all the way through. Oops. I just found when I do it this way, I make a less of a mess than I do with a paintbrush or sticking it in a pile and trying to grab it out with my fingers. You could even use tweezers and such too. So, all right. Make sure I don't have too much. You can kind of see if it's globbed on there too much. So just kind of run your toothpick over it. Or lay it back on the paper and just kind of go like that with it a little bit. Just lightly. You don't want to take all of it off. Okay. And I'm going to do this again right-handed, guys. I'm left-handed, but my... So I hope I can do this steady. So I think I'm going to move over a little bit and maybe down a little bit. So we go do our backwards S and then come back around again and down. And I'm going to shut it up. I'm going to hold it tight, kind of rub my hand over it a little bit. I'm going to grab my string, put pressure on the book, keep it together nice. Because you want to be able to pull the string, but you don't want it to just go willy-nilly everywhere. So nice and easy back towards you. All right. And let's just see what this one looks like. Cross your fingers, guys. Oh, that's cool. All right. And I think I'm going to add another one over here. I wonder what color I should use. I guess, well, you know what I think I'll do? I'll use my, let's see, I've already used my metallic bronze and I've used my aluminum. How about I use my bronze? My bronze, or was this metal? Yeah, they're both, oh, yeah, they're both bronze. I thought I had a copper one. darn it. I think I used it all, though. Now I don't know what I want to use, guys. Let's see. Aluminum. I did metallic bronze. Trying to find something else that would go with it. Geez, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'll do navy. I like navy. So we'll throw some navy in there. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. If it don't look good, it don't look good. And I'm going to use the same string. So I'm just going to wipe it off a bit. I'm not going to do that on camera, though. I think you guys all can figure out how to do that, right? And this is so much fun, guys, and it's so relaxing too. It's just a lot of fun. You can play around and think of all kinds of different ways to put it in there. You know, different directions instead of just a snake thing. This time I think I'm just going to do like this and see if I think it's easier by just putting it in this puddle that I've got here and winding it up. It's just really easy to maneuver it with your toothpick. So I hope everybody is doing good and getting a lot of crafting done. There we go. All right. Alrighty. Stuck. Okay. Oops, got some of my metallic there. Okay, let's see what this does. Hang on. A little bit too much right there. Okay. So I'm going to do it over on this side. And I'm going to try to go away from it a little bit. My S. And down. And shut it up. All right. And there you go. I think it's pretty cool looking. And I'm going to go ahead and take them out of my book because I'm wanting them to dry. I'm going to get them out of my way so that I can use this again if I want. I don't think they turned out too terribly bad. Not the best ones I've done, but not bad. I'd like them to be not as thick right through here. It'd be fine when they, you know, dry, because that's kind of like a shading. But I kind of like it to be not quite as thick. So let's go ahead and let's try what it looks like on my canvas. Or actually, let's do the black paper first. I think the black paper is pretty cool. Let's just see what that looks like on there. Okay, so I got 2 pieces of that. And let me get another string here. Since I've used that one a few times, I'm going to get me a fresh one. All right. And I think what I'm going to do on this is I would like to do, let's do an island blue. Well, let's see. What do we want on that? We want something really bright on that. Let's go ahead and do, I'm going to do a red. I like red. Let's try a red one. one hasn't been used in a long time. I didn't shake it up good enough either because it's little, so I have to stir it up a little bit. I didn't shake it good enough. A little watery. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. All right, and I'm going to take my new string. I'm going to get it going in here. I think it's faster to do it this way than the way I was doing it. I'm just going to smush it in there. And then also too, in the future, I'll do some embellishing on some of the ones that I've made here tonight and see what they look like. See what I can come up with to make them look even neater. All right. Alrighty. Got that up. Get a little bit of this excess off. I got a little too much. And the more you do it, it'll get a little bit easier on how much you want to put on it and how much you just gets a lot easier. Okay. So here I go again, try to get it steady. And I'm going to do my backwards S. And then come back down. And around. A little bit more. I did it again. Didn't have enough on my drag. That's all right. Get it on there. Just got to be very careful. I wanted more on it and didn't have it on there. Didn't pull it through enough. Oh well. All right. And then you're going to take your other piece of paper and set it over the top. And I hope I didn't just mess it up because I dropped it a little bit. So it's probably it's going to be a little off center, guys, because I dropped my paper, but we're just going to go for it. So we'll see. So just hold your hand on it pretty tight and pull. Squeaky. Squeaky. And when you're pulling, like I said, try to make it, you're pulling it out as straight as you can towards you and as, down as flat as you can. You don't want to have your string being like way up here when you're pulling it. You want to keep it down low. So remember that too. Sticking to me. All right. And then I will pull this apart. I like using the book better, but let's see what it looks like. Oh, there we go. I think that's pretty cool looking, guys. We just need to add a little bit more into it, I think. Like maybe some silver into it. Or you could even take, you could take your paintbrush and fan some, you could just take this right here and run the string down and make some extra marks. Like for instance, let's take this aluminum. A little bit, you know what, I got enough on here, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a little bit more string. In fact, actually, you know what? I'm going to use a paintbrush. So if you do have some paintbrushes, you might want to have some water in the paintbrushes out too. But let me grab one because I'm going to try something real quick that I've never tried before. Just kind of having some fun tonight. I've basically showed you how to make the flowers. I'm just going to add to it a little bit. So I'm going to use this fanned out paintbrush that I have. And I'm just going to put that in there lightly. Load it up. Take a little bit of it off. I don't want too much on it. And then I think what I'm going to do, and I'm going to try it, we'll see, is I'm just going to take it here and hold my paper and I'm going to drag it down. Let's see what it looks like. Just fan it around. Let's see what I can get to do. This I think is too straight, so I'm going to see if I can't blend it in a little bit here. But it's too straight. There we go. Just don't want that to be so straight right there. I don't like how I did that. All right. And then you could always add some more into it of some other colors or whatever you want to do. Add a little bit more red, I think. So I think that's kind of cool looking. On this black here, it reminds me of a firework. All right, guys, and we are going to do another one, only this time we are going to do it on this canvas, so you can see how it looks on the canvas. And I'm going to go ahead and I am going to use the bronze again, the metallic bronze, because I think it looks prettier in the flowers. I do have some lighter colors too. I have some pinks and greens, but all right. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back in here. And just start mixing it up in there. Getting it all over my string. I'm hoping I have enough paint here for this. All right. I think I got enough. Hang on here. Just a second here. I need to have some like classical music going in the background, guys. I'd sing for you, but you know, then you definitely wouldn't want to watch me if I would start singing for you. All right. So I've got that on there. And once again, trying to get my control on the string. It wants to move around a lot, so let it settle down a little bit. And I am going to do my backward S again. All right. Yep, lots of notifications, guys. All right, so I've got that, and then I think what I'm going to do, just so that I can show you what it looks like on a piece of my mixed media that I had jelly printed. I'm just going to put that on top of it, and I'm going to hold it down. In fact, this time I'm going to hold it down without pressing on it or putting a roller over it or anything like that. I think it turns out better. To me it does anyway, but just hold it nice and firm. And back out towards yourself, down low. And I've never done this on canvas before, so I hope it turns out good. We shall see. I've only done it on paper. But I've actually seen where people paint their canvas first in one color, like white or black, and then they run their string through with color on it. So I'll have to try that another time once I've done it off camera. And so I'm going to pull that up. And there it is on my jelly plated one. Not really big on that one, but I think it turned out really nice on my canvas. Since I'm going to do more than one, it's all right if some of it has not filled in. I'm going to have to go ahead and get a little thicker, I guess, on this specific type of material. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to have to be thicker. So let me go ahead and try it a little bit thicker, but I'm wanting to, I'd really like to put another color in it. I just don't know what color I want to use, guys. I've got so many different colors, and then I can't even decide. I think I'm just going to stick with my my metallic bronze, and I've got two different colors of the bronze, so we'll use the other one that I've got. It's more of a coppery color than the other bronze I've got, and we'll use it so that way it'll kind of offset this other one that I just did. So again, I'm going to put this in the paint. There we go. And I'm going to load it up more than I normally do because I'm thinking that the canvas is going to take a thicker coat of paint on it than the paper. So we will find out. Like I said, this is a test because I've only done it on paper, guys. So I can't guarantee how it's going to turn out on this one. Okay. We shall see. All right. Alrighty, and so I guess I'll go a little lower this time. And I'm going to go a little smaller, but still in an S. And down. And then I'm just going to take another piece of paper that I already have. It doesn't make a difference if I get it messy. Put it on the top, hold it firm, grab my string. And I'm hoping this one turns out better. If not, I'll just add in, I guess, paint in some color myself. All right. Get it off my finger. And now I'm starting to get it everywhere. All over me. Makes me feel like I've done more if I've got a little bit of a mess on my hands, you know. So I'm going to gently lift it up. Yeah, I think you need to have just a little bit thicker of a paint. To get more on there. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and let's add in some island blue. Just for some color. We'll see what it looks like. At this point, you guys, I'm just playing around here with colors. Just for fun. Just for fun. And I might just go ahead and leave that bronze on there and just put it in the blue. Right in there, and it'll have a little bit of both on it. We'll see what it looks like. Like I said, just test and have fun. The art of it, I've already showed you how to do it. So you just mess with different papers and colors and materials and such. And that'll make it a lot of fun. And like I said, it is very relaxing. All right. Here we go. Sure. All right, I think that should do it. So I'm probably going to make this one even smaller, or shorter, I should say, not smaller, shorter than the last one. I want some of that off of there, so I'm going to hit my paper a little bit, get a little bit off the end. Okay. All right, guys, here I go. Oh, shoot. Maybe I should go the opposite direction. I think I will. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to use my left hand so that it's, but not in the view of the camera, because see if my left hand, which I am left-handed, let's see if it does any better. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just going the opposite direction. So I'm going to do it the opposite way and see what that looks like. Alrighty. There you go. All right, let's see what that does. Oh, shoot. Just craziness, guys. Just craziness. All right. Alrighty. And I'm going to set this one over it. Oops. Wrap it around my finger. A little bit kind of helps. And I'm going to pull this one. Let's just see what this one does. There we go. Get off me. All right. Let's just see. Oh, I don't know about that. It's all right. See what it looks like on this edge. That looks pretty cool too. And so you can just add any colors you want into it. I don't know whatever else to add to it. I only got out a few paints, but I'm going to play around with this a little bit more, but off of camera. But I think it's looking pretty cool. I'll add some more layers to it, maybe some greenery down here. We will see. I have to think about it a bit. Like I said, I have never done it on the canvas part, only the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and do it on this as well, because these paint chips, because I'm wanting to use these in journals. So I think since I've already used the darker blue, I'm going to use this lighter one here. Or maybe I might use a, you know what, I think I'm going to use like a grayish color. I've got like a couple different grays. Or you know what? No, I changed my mind. Can't decide. Got too many colors here that I like. All right. Make sure they're the same size. All right. The last one, guys, other than I'm going to try the chain real quick too. So let's put that down. I want to use, I think I'm going to use a pinkish color on that. So I have, that might be too dark though. Let's go light pink, guys. That's what I'm looking for. An orchid might work. Well, let's see here, maybe a bright blue. Bright blue. I've got so many colors, guys. Neon blue. Look at me, blue. All right. You know what, guys? We're going to do this. I'm going to do this. We're going to do this purple. Okay. So And then when I get done doing this, I might have to like roller this around and see what kind of print I can get on my palette paper and see what I can do with it. All right, so I'm going to grab one more string. And this one you can cut shorter, obviously, because it's going to be a smaller piece. We'll get that thrown in there real quick, because it is, we've been doing this for quite some time, and I know a lot of you guys are probably really anxious to get in here and do this, you know. And since I have been doing this for quite some time now, today, you guys by now could have gotten all your stuff out and be following along with me. Oh, goodness. All right. All right. Here we go. And I'm going to do this one left-handed. No, shoot. Maybe not. I'll go ahead and do it right-handed. All right, so I'm going to hold it down so it don't move and slide on me. Start as high at the top as I can. I'll do my backward S. Oops. There we go. And it's all about placement, guys. Just getting it on there just right. All right. I'm going to try to get this around my finger, and I'm going to pull. All right, guys. Wish me luck. Let's see what happens. You can really feel it moving around under this because it's such a thin layer. There we go. All right, guys, let's see. I can pick this up without moving it around. When you get trying to pull them apart, that's kind of hard too, because you don't want to smear it. It's not as easy as you think to pick up the other piece of it. That's why I like using the notebook the most. Okay. All right, guys. See if I can get it up here. Come on. There we go. Oh, I don't know that I'm so keen on that, guys. On that either. But you can play around with it. I think these turned out much, much, much better. These ones earlier. That paint might have been a little bit watery. Or I might have had too much on it. Like I said, it just takes some practice. I mean, it's easy, but it's just a matter of getting the right consistency on your string and making sure your paint consistency is good too, that it's not too thin. And that was a little bit watery, it looked like, but these are my favorite one, guys, right here. All right. So those are my favorites. And then I will show you one that I did earlier. I had put the string in completely wrong when I was just messing around. And I ended up with this. But it's still abstract, right? So I'm sure you could find something to do with it. And like I said, you can embellish these and add whatever you can possibly think of. I'm going to use these for journaling cards, and I'm going to doll them up a little bit. All right, guys, just for giggles, one last one. And I am going to do one that I have never done at all. And that is, I am going to do it with chain, which I have. Where did it go? I don't know what I did with it now. I threw it somewhere. If I don't find it in a minute, we won't. Oh, there it is. I was going to say we won't do it. But I've got this kind of chain right here, this little ball chain. And I'm going to use that because it's pretty thin. And we will see how that looks. And there is other ways to do different things too, you guys. different ways to do these poles, and I'm going to do some of those later on, but it's a little bit more extensive, or I should say a little bit more difficult to do. It's not necessarily as easy as this. So I will do that at a later date, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this chain in here, and we're going to see what this does, just for fun, because I've never put a chain between the two sheets like that at all. So it may not even work. So, all right, but we're going to try it. You know what I mean? There goes my computer dinging again. I guess the computer's telling me, hey, it's time to cool down here and quit and stop for the night. All right, hang on. All right. I guess I got that good enough. We shall see, won't we? All right. Here you go, guys. Let's see what happens. I might even put too much in there. I think I might have. Look how long it is. Woo. All right. I think I might have used too much, but that's all right. All right, guys. Steady she goes. If I can just kind of stop it a little bit with my finger. There we go. And lay it down. There we go. So we'll find out, guys. This very well could be my best one. I don't know. We'll find out. I think it does like a different kind of design, the way it pulls. All right. Here we go, guys. Oh, this is exciting. I can't wait. This is like the most funnest part tonight, trying something that I've never tried before and doing it in front of people. All right, guys, here we go. All right. Oh, I got that a mess, that's for sure. In fact, I'm going to drop that chain in my water over here. Wipe off my hands a bit. Look, you guys, I look like a real artist. Oh, shoot. All right. That looks really cool, but it didn't get all in there like I wanted it to, so you'll probably have to do it a few times. The way I've seen people do it with the chain is where they paint over the whole canvas and then they pull it through. So I will try that next time. But anyway, you can see how it's going to pull and put the strips through it. So, all right, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. I'm going to stop playing with this on camera, and I'm going to work with some more of it off camera and see if I can't come up with some more ideas and such. But when you're doing it, if you don't want to do the flower, like I said, just drape your string any direction you want to. Just see what it comes out to look like. I mean, it's abstract. So this is an abstract floral art, okay? But put down your string all willy-nilly, all over the paper, and just pull it and see what it comes out to look like. I mean, it's abstract, so you can, you know, the sky's the limit. Do whatever you want. Experiment. So anyway, you guys, I will also bring this back the next time and let you see how it's turned out. And until next time, you guys, don't forget that life is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy it, okay, you guys? So until the next time, thank you guys for everybody that subscribed and all you new subscribers. I love all you guys, and have a lot of fun. Be safe and happy crafting. All right, guys. Bye.